Hello and welcome to the Hidden Nook community. Today we are going to be looking at What's Past is Important by Harold World, and we will be looking at Duncan's story. You can find the previous story, Isaac's story, linked above. But yes, let's kick off and go into the second story of the series. I'm excited to see what's going on and how this will evolve. Oh, that's sweet. Nothing is so painful to the human mind as a great and sudden change. Very true. Very true.
You are Dr. Duncan Oswald. During life, you were Lord Dr. Duncan Richard Edwin Oswald, a renowned physician, a gentleman, and a kind-hearted philanthropist. This is your story. It was many centuries of night ago, during the reign of Queen Victoria, a time of empire and self-made monsters. Poverty and exploitation were the order of the day. Just pull this lever and it is all over. No more pain. No more life. Dr. Duncan Richard Edwin Oswald, I presume. A lord as well, if I'm not mistaken. I must be going mad. I am hallucinating. Do not worry. It was no more than a trick of the light. But I assure you, I am in fact here. You are the Lord Dr. Duncan Richard Edward Oswald, are you not? I may have titles of nobility and learning, but truly, I am no one. Personal physician of Lord Byron, good friend of Mary and Percy Shelley, one of the greatest doctors of this generation, philanthropist, a scientist in the making, and a writer of penny dreadfuls. Well, we must find pleasure in what we can, no matter what that may be. Ah, yes. Penny dreadfuls, or penny bloods, were a form of serialized horror fiction that was popular at the time. In most cases, would only cost a penny, hence the name. You flatter me. I am but a simple man of medicine, with, as you say, hobbies. I am simply blessed with noteworthy clients and friends. Enough about me, though. Might I inquire about your identity? Oh, how rude of me not to introduce myself. I am Lady Florence Cowan, but you may call me Florence. Forgive my intrusion, but you appear to be in the middle of something most peculiar. That would be a reasonable conclusion. What do you think I'm doing? It would seem that you have found a way to conduct lightning and store it in a container. This container is connected to the chair you are currently occupying. I suspect that when you pull the lever on your chair, it will cause the lightning to be funneled through it and, by extension, your body. If I am correct, this would send several thousand bolts of lightning through your body, killing you instantly. That being said, I do not believe that is why you built the conductor. Why would I build such a device? I believe you originally built the conductor to reanimate dead flesh, but when that proved unsuccessful, you decided to use it on yourself. Would I be correct in my assertions? Remarkable. You're a fellow scientist, I see. It is a shame we could not meet under better circumstances, Florence. Better circumstances indeed. I take it that this endeavor was an attempt to bring back someone you love. Your wife, perhaps. I remained silent, but that was all the confirmation she needed. The loss of someone you love is a tragedy. However, one must move on and continue to live.
Oh, first selection of options. So pull the lever would instantly kill us, which means it'll get us an achievement, I assume. But we would need to restart. So we can do that further down the line and get the achievement. Let's just be honest and say she is gone and she was my everything.
She is gone. She was my everything. What more can I say than that? It was clear her frustration was building, but she at least attempted to appear sympathetic.
Would it help to tell me how she died? Okay, now how does she die? If they're trying to reanimate flesh with the lightning, it's got to be some sort of disease, right? So we'll go for disease I could not cure.
It was a disease I could not cure. Not everything can be cured. I know, but it does not make it any easier. I've seen battlefields turned into graveyards, and I will tell you something. The infernal machines of man do not hold a candle to the forces of nature. Tell me about the night she died. She asked me to tell her a story. Something to soothe her soul. So I did. The last thing she asked was for me to stay up with her. She was so scared, but I could not stay awake, and by sunrise, she was gone. I've seen the touch of death, but never has it been so close. Once they were a distant sight, a stranger in the corner of my eye, but now I feel their embrace all around me. I understand. Time will heal your wounds.
Oh, many options. How could she begin to understand? That's true. It'll be difficult for anyone to understand that situation. Right, yeah, I want to know the story that he told her.
I will tell you the story I told her. She said nothing. Her face unreadable. She simply allowed me to speak my mind. Once upon a time, there was a great queen. The queen met a handsome king, and the two fell in love. Soon, they were wed. The queen was a strong but fair ruler of her domain, and a mighty warrior in her own right. Many foes did the queen slay, But one day she was beset upon by a great serpent. Some called it dragon. Others called it devil. But its name mattered not. This snake was insidious. It did not lunge. It did not bite. It simply slithered and coiled around the great queen. The queen was strong, though. She fought valiantly and defeated the serpentine foe. The queen and the king lived happily ever after. The end. But that is not really how it ended, is it? The beast could not be slain, for it had dug its claws in too deep. I did what I could, and she fought so bravely, but it was not enough. Its slimy grip was too much. Its hold smothering, and she slipped gently into that good night. Well, you know what they say. Better a broken heart than no heart at all. Tear it out! I do not want it! I could do that, you know. Pull it right out of your chest and hold it out to you, still beating in my hand. A shiver went down my spine. I could tell she was telling the truth. Somehow. She really meant it. And in that moment, I believed that she could do just that. But you are still here, and you have so much more to give.
Oh, okay. So, I am a burden on my friends. Any new medical breakthroughs are surely far beyond my years. Let's go with the medical breakthroughs.
But any new medical or scientific breakthroughs are surely far beyond my years. I have nothing more to contribute to the betterment of my fellow man. Perhaps not in a human lifespan. The idea I could have anything but a human lifespan was unthinkable. It was frankly ridiculous. And yet, I could see the conviction in her face, and her words, which made me believe her. My mind tried to explain it. Perhaps she was insane or talking in metaphor, but no. I knew she spoke the truth. In a moment, she revealed her true form. Her rough, marble-like grey skin, her eyes of pure dusk, and her piercing incisors told me she was far beyond my understanding at the time.
Oh, imagine that happening. Jesus Christ, what would you do? That is not possible. You're a demon. No, we want to know what they are, so we're just going to ask, what are you?
What are you? Straight to the point, I see. And here I was thinking we would have a nice back and forth with you trying to figure this out. Well, there are benefits to being straight to the point, I suppose. We are Vito Strix. Homo immortalis. We were once human, but genetic changes instigated by our condition have caused us to change into a new species. We are, in simple terms, vampires, or a very close approximation of the myth. Our bodies and souls, transformed by the passage. First, we die, and then we are brought back from the brink, restored as something new. We are reborn. Vampires were the subject of one of your penny dreadfuls, were they not? That is an amusing coincidence. Never mind that. If there are really people that exist who resemble vampires from myth and fiction, then how come we know nothing about you? Oblates, that is, humans, are for the most part reactionary creatures. If the population at large knew we existed, they would call inquisitions and crusades. Most people fear what they do not understand. To most, we are at best nothing but a superstition. A tale meant to hasten the blood and frighten children into behaving. And at worst, we are a pest. Barely sentient corpses, raising from the graves, not sophisticated, powerful creatures capable of beguiling them en masse. It is, for that reason, we follow the principle of sub rosa, a code of secrecy, if you will, that is designed to protect us from exposure. That implies strong organization, secret societies, laws of your own. I understand you will have many questions. You are free to ask whatever you like. I have questions, but I'm mostly curious about your biology. Then ask.
Oh, many questions. What do we ask? Well, we're going to ask, are they classed as undead?
Are you undead? Undead is at best a poetic term and a misnomer at worst. To become a vampire, a person must first die and be brought back to life. It is best thought of as rebirth, not undeath. We still do not yet fully understand our nature. But we must do so through science and logic, not dogma and superstition.
Is it a curse?
It is a state of being, not a curse. This is not about God, angels, or demons, but instead genetic mutations. Nothing more.
Is it a disease?
Is it a disease? A disease is degenerative. Our condition is, if anything, the exact opposite. It is not a sickness, just biological changes.
Can it be cured?
Can it be cured? Cured implies it is a sickness, but it is not. If you are asking if the process of becoming a vampire can be reversed, then no, it cannot. You could say that death is the only escape. That is all I need to know. You can never know too much. There is still much even we do not know about our kind. A prominent question is why Vito Strix exist at all.
Oh, okay. Why do vampires exist at all? That is a good answer. Let's go with
Well,
that one.
in nature, everything exists for a reason. Go on. Nature has systems of self-governance and control. Every creature that crawls or walks upon the earth, flies in the skies, or swims in its waters has a purpose to play. So why would vampires be any different? If vampires have a purpose in nature, then what is it?
What is a vampire's purpose? It's not to relieve humans of their extra blood, that's just nonsense. To keep the numbers of humans down so they don't overwhelm. Perhaps another theory is more realistic. I don't know, because if you're going to keep the numbers of the human race down, vampires are essentially a part of a human race anyway, just their own branch. So it's still going to overwhelm the earth. Let's go with that one.
I would need to perform research before coming up with a theory. You will have a chance to do all the research you need. In time. Among like company.
Oh, okay. The vampires have their own scientists.
So there are scientists looking into these veto strix. I'm a member of the Kerrigan Collective, a group of vampires, veto strix, dedicated to scientific research about our nature and condition. We stand firm against the disciples and others who would seek to mire us in dogma and superstition.
Tell me more. I want to know about Kerrigan.
Tell me more about the Kerrigan Collective. Well, we exist primarily in smaller, autonomous groups, consisting of a master and their apprentices. Of course, this didn't last. In the night, since money, and therefore power, was consolidated in the peerage. Like any scientists, we develop theories, and we experiment. There are many fields of research that are of interest to our kind, but questions of how we come to exist in the first place is naturally of great interest.
Oh. Okay. Well, who are these disciples?
Who are these disciples? They are, if nothing else, proof of our human origins. The disciples of the Bone Shepherd represent a religion of Vitu Strix derived from Abrahamic creeds and symbols. They believed in God and his providence when they were oblates, and they naturally brought over these beliefs when they were passaged, and adjusted them to fit their new natures. Over time, these beliefs became codified and standardized. While there are Kerrigan who hold some of these convictions, there are unfortunately many disciples who cling to irrational dogmas and throw out all reason.
Interesting. What's that got to do with me?
So, what does all this have to do with me? Do you not see what is happening here?
No, I don't know what's going on here. I don't know. Interesting.
This is not getting anywhere. I need you to see. She reached for the lever and jolted it into the on position.
Well, that's just rude.
The equivalent of thousands of volts of electricity passed through my system. My body convulsed and my mind went black as everything went dark. I felt like I was dying. Maybe for a moment I did. There was no great flash of memories, just a cerebral desolation, causing an eclipse of all intellect, memory, and emotion. It couldn't have lasted long, though. It felt like a purgatory spanning across epochs, My senses returned to me as the stench of charred flesh filled my nostrils, causing my eyes to reopen on instinct. As much as I wanted to deny it, the origin of the putrid odor was unmistakably from my very own carcass. Am I dead? Not exactly. That should have killed me. It did. The first time. The passage can be quite a shock to the system, and, well, add in several thousand volts of lightning and some temporary memory loss is hardly unexpected. I do not understand. I did this to save your life. You were dead when I got here. I had to act fast or it would have been too late. You are one of us now. A Vitostrix, a vampire. Your flesh will mend, and your mind will catch up with your new condition. Your soul, however, well, you're going to have to work at that. Physician, heal thyself.
Oh, well, that was very interesting. What an absolutely lovely story. It's such a sad background, and hopefully they can, or he can, look to heal his soul. But yeah, it was so nice and really enjoyable. I'm really excited to see what the next ones are. So I can see from the menu that the next there's 4 more stories that are all in progress and coming soon, so I'm excited to see how they pan out. But yes, thank you very much to Harold World and the developers and all of the members over there. Such a lovely 2 stories so far, and I'm really excited to see what is to come. Thank you very much, and I will see you on the next video.
Every night we make new choices. Most we never think of again, but others change the direction of our lives for all eternity. And sometimes they can affect others for just as long. I am not sure I made the right choice, but it is a choice I must live with. He must live with as well. So long ago, and yet so important still. That's the nature of our kind, I suppose. That is the funny thing about us. The passage not only transforms our bodies and reshapes our instincts, but it also freezes much of us from when we were human. We never truly improve, never truthfully heal those wounds of the soul, too busy consuming and experimenting to even try. Not that he did not do well. He did. But he was victim of that success. He was never happy with the state of things. After the incident, they could not keep him in London, but they could not get rid of him either. So they sent him off to that squalid little island, with the top position now vacant for him to fill. He never wanted to go to the Isle of Gallo, nor be a master. But the peerage, they insisted, and they write the checks.